Welcome back to the Retro Sports Gamer channel. It's Green Magic. Happy Memorial Day. We are playing more Jam. NBA Jam original on Super Nintendo. This is the Barkley version. And we're on a quest to shatter backboards. That's a feature that's very fun that the developers took out of the game for the Tournament Edition installment, overall Tournament Edition, more fully fledged gameplay, more rosters. They added injuries. Games look very similar, but for some reason they took out the shattering, and that's one thing I missed when I played TE. So we're gonna try to shatter. The other day I guess it was yesterday, 2 days ago. No one knows. Took about 10 dudes, 10, 12, and tried to shatter. Couldn't do it. But today we're gonna try some different dudes, different teams, and I think we'll get it with some of them because we got some big names in the queue. So I'm gonna see how this sounds, the levels. We're gonna put it on the Discord, then we're gonna get going. There's so many ads. Yeah, it doesn't sound too loud though. Debacle. I guess I'll gonna crank it up a little bit, and I'm just gonna talk right into the mic, and we're gonna hope that works out for everyone. Oh yeah, we were gonna share. Then we're gonna get this Memorial Day Jam sesh going on. Friday at work, I was pleasantly surprised. They said we'd be off today. I was like, that works for me. That works for me. Okie dokie. And we did that. And we're gonna do this. And we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna plug in our phone so it don't die. And then we're gonna get to shattering. We gotta start with the Bulls. The home team. The team of the 90s. Pippin's the best rated player in the game. Partly compensation for Jordan not being in there, you could say. But it's fun to see the Bulls. The Bulls probably the best team. Actually, I don't know. Taking out the headphones. It depends. How much does it matter that Bulls have the best player as far as where they rank? Because also really high, you got the Knicks, you've got the Hornets, and I would say the Kings are up there. Richmond, a lot of, the speed is key. And then he's got all those offensive attributes. And, it depends. How much does shooting matter? If shooting matters, you got to put the Warriors up there. One of the best shooting teams. Spurs not quite as good as you would think. Got some defense. Still very good. Rocket's not nearly as good as you would think. This is right before their heyday, but anyway, we're gonna start. We're gonna start with the home team. We're gonna start with Horus. I was able to shatter the backboard with Pippin. Ooh, Spurs. Gotta get that. Gotta get the tip. I like the red and white versus the black and white. That's good stuff. Ooh, Pippin gets burned. Pippin gets burned. And we're gonna dunk. Ooh. So I was in the gap. Was in the passing lane, stole the ball. But I was trying to push, so I was pressing the pass button, so I passed it. But then it went right back to the Spurs. So anyway, they get a block. Not as easy to block. Hey, what's up, Tom? Yeah, I figured Happy Memorial Day. Yeah, I didn't really explain that well. I want to play all the jam games. You know, who knows how long that will take, but I played a lot of TE SNES. So I'm gonna rename those jam games number 1. Then this would be number 2. And next, honestly, I'm going to consider the College Slam games, jam games. Hang Time, of course. So anything that's basically things that are NBA Jam. Basically, when the roads diverge with Acclaim and Midway, I'm going to do both of those. But we'll see. We'll see. It's early, but there's a lot of jam games. Honestly, I think I'm going to consider Arch Rivals a jam game. Yeah, eventually NBA Jam Extreme. Some of these I don't even have like some of these consoles. But dang, that was a good quarter. I don't have all the consoles. I don't have a Sega Saturn. I don't have a Atari Jaguar, but it's kind of like gives me motivation to eventually get those systems. Maybe I won't get a Sega CD. Those are like $300. But yeah, that's kind of the idea. I want to. I know. Tournament edition. Oh, okay. That's good to know. And I have a PS1 too, so I have a PS1 and a PS2, so that works well. And I have all these written down somewhere, but not in front of me. But yeah, that's the type of thing I do at work. In the back of my mind, I'm like, what should I stream next? What would be epic? And I know some of them are better than others, like NBA Jam 99 on N64. Maybe not an amazing game, but I want to get into it. I want to see, if there's something redeemable about it. I'll probably put it on arcade mode and just go crazy with the fouls. Stuff like that. So, yeah, we're early, but I was gonna fire up some jam, and I'm like, well, why am I not streaming this? That's silly. That's silliness. Man, Bull's off to a good start. Spurs not as good a team as you would expect. And as I say that, they're probably gonna come roaring back. I'm gonna probably brick 1,000 dunks here. With the dipsy-do, the little lay-in. So now I got to be careful. Their defense is probably going to be a lot better. And the bricks are coming. Not great turbo usage there. Every time they end up on the ground, it's best to conserve. Oh, I was right there. And here they come. Here come the Spurs. Ooh. I wasn't sure if he was going to kind of sit back for a lay-in or it's about 3 brick dunks, no problem. Sometimes when they get past you on a fast break, they'll just pull up in the key and do like a little lay-in, and that's like pretty much impossible to defend because goaltending is very difficult, very inconsistent in this version. But then sometimes they dunk it, and so if they dunk it, you can defend it, but you gotta get in position. So that's what intrigues me about this version. There's the shattering, which is great, but it's I mean the rubber band is absolutely insane. But that's what I'm talking about. The lay-in, kind of an OP move that the computer does. The Spider-Man. Oh, see that was on me. I should have. But yeah, rubber band, absolutely insane. But I like the challenge. I'm not complaining. Give me the pain, Midway. Give me the pain. Give me your best. And I will figure it out. That's my promise to Midway. Make it as unfair as you can, and I will figure it out. Ooh. Ooh, the drones were doing some Atari Jaguar. Yeah, I would be really excited to get into those. The ones that are like more based off the arcade, I would be really excited to get into those. They just play so differently, and I know a lot of people much prefer the arcade over the console, which is, that's a preference thing. But it would be fun to like get into those because they don't make a ton of sense to me. I mean, College Slam, that's fun. That's really fun. That's like arcadey, but the Jam, because I keep expecting it to be like, like Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and it's not. See, there's the elbow move. Good job, Spurs. So, yeah. Jaguar, Sega Saturn. I was playing at one of these conferences. I was playing the 32X version of Jam, and that's fun. So, yeah. Eventually it would be fun to get into all of them, but we're going to start with the more familiar ones first. Also use it as like practice for a world record. World record in this version is like beating the computer by like 34. That was an auto jump, got me out of position. It's probably the dirtiest thing that Midway does in this version of the game is the auto jump. Honestly, I think it's dirtier than the bricks, all the brick dunks. So that's about 6 brick dunks for this game, for this match. 7. 8. The dirtiest thing that they do in this version is it's very hard to pick up the ball sometimes. Like, you'll just walk right by it. It is insanity. I almost got there in time, but that's 3 points. If you don't land the shove, they score. That's pretty much how this version of Jam goes. You gotta stay on your. Whoa, that was weird. They moved me in a direction I did not want to go. That is weird. So yeah, I missed a shove, and then their drone shoved me, but thankfully I was able to recover. Bam. No shatter yet for Horace. Good shove by Elliot. Got about one more chance. One more chance at love. Here we go. Oh, it's a brickaroo. Oh, we got one more. Redemption. No. So had the 32X in Jam and sold it. Was kind of in between the Sega version and Jag. Yeah. Yeah, it's familiar in that way, but it's still unfamiliar. It's still like, I'm sure it's got its own unique things, you know, and it's just I'm the guy to go in there and figure out what those unique things are, you know. Brian will be disappointed if you don't play the Game Boy. Yeah. No, he can come over anytime he wants and play Game Boy Jam with me. That's just you got to cut it off somewhere, and the handhelds I'm just not gonna do. But maybe I should. See, I would have to, like, I don't know, I wouldn't even know how to stream that. I could stream a what do you call it? An emulated version of it. But that's just not typically what I do, you know. But yeah, if Brian wants to come over and stream that with me, I'm game. I'm also not going to do the arcade versions because that's its own thing, you know. So really it's the console. All right. I like to log the info. Little tedious, but it keeps that curiosity going. So I had that really good first quarter. I think I was up by like 18, and then I only won by 13. So like that's this version. That is this version in a nutshell. And it is what it is. You know, that's how they designed it. Horace with only 20 dunks. That's not going to do it. He had about 8 bricks, I think. We made 6 threes. Part of why I didn't have more dunks is I was going for threes. $19 steals. See, that's some good defense. No blocks. It's really hard to get blocks. 3 rebounds. So 13 steals for David Robinson. That's wild. I don't remember 13 steals. That's something that's kind of confusing to me. See, I don't know if they, like, if I brick a dunk and then they collect the ball, I don't know if they count that as a steal. But I do not remember David Robinson stealing the ball 13 times from me. That is nuts. All right. So good try, Horace. Forgot to bust out the mascot. Horace. I do not have one of those for John Starks, but that is where we're going next. John Stark's decent. I think he's like on tournament edition, I think he's like a 7 on dunks. He is sneaky inside outside scorer, but he has low power. I think he's a 2 on power, and that just kind of makes it easy for him to get shoved around. But the Knicks have, in tournament edition, they have Oakley and Ewing, and that's their inside presence. So Starks really is just the outside presence. But it's interesting that he's a 7 on dunks. And on this game, in this version, he's like a 4 out of 6. So that's good. Knicks the best dunking team in the game, other than the Kings. Sonic's really good. The Suns, sneaky good. Obviously, Barkley's going to have a high dunk rating, but Kevin Johnson, I don't know if they switched the dunks and the three-point rating. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, those are some of the better dunking teams. Ooh, then you got the Hornets. So there are several teams that 2 players have good dunk rating. Not the Celtics. All right, so we're going Starks. And let's see who they put us up against. The Hornets. Hornets, one of the best teams, but, you know, when you're playing the computer, really what matters is the rubber band. So the attributes don't matter that much, in my opinion. Like, I will say the speed matters, because guys that are like have elite speed, they're that was just on me, just missing the ooh, I got a goaltend. Goaltends are really difficult in this version. It's just they don't let you track the ball. Oh man, he's looking quick. Is that? Oh my goodness, I guess that's Johnson. He was looking quick. We are going to shoot some threes. We're going to see what kind of lead. And there's a missed fire 3. We're going to see what kind of lead we can get. Oh, the elbows. And I knew they wanted to shoot it from deep, but I didn't know how to stop it. Missed shove. And he's playing solid D. They're the same sprite, so I lose track of who's Johnson and who's Mourning, but I guess Johnson is going to be guarding me primarily, but they do switch sometimes. He's just so fast. Whew, look at that speed. Buzzing around. That Hornet speed. Ooh. Oh, elite defense by the Knicks. And that was nice because I'm heating up. That tip right there, knock him down, steal the ball. I have been trying to do that because you can shove them so many times and they debacle. You can shove them so many times and they might not give up the ball. So especially if I've shoved them 3 times and I'm out of turbo, I will do the SWAT steal, and sometimes that's effective. But I never do that in like right there. Oh. I never do that in tournament edition. Oh, I knew he had chance. I knew he had time for 3, but I missed that last shove. elite defense, except for that last missed shove. And that's the game we're playing, though. All right, they let me pick up the ball. Usually they don't come behind half court. I mean, I'm just like, you got to know how aggressive they're going to be. Ooh, yeah. I'll probably brick this. No, we're on fire. All right, John Starks. Get him in the corner. Usually good things happen, especially if you're on fire. You can just keep going. Keep the onslaught. Ooh, pick that up. Bang. So, Tom, I don't know if you're still there, but so DPS and I in July we're going to Tacoma for Cascadia effing Tecmo. And so we drafted our teams. The draft ended recently. And so we know what teams we'll have. I have a QB Eagles team. I was able to draft him 6 overall and then just build my team around that. Almost went over budget, but didn't. But anyway, it would be fun in June when you're free. I could come over. We could play around with some of those teams. We could do some scrims. I think you'd be interested to see some of those combinations. It's a salary cap draft, kind of like we've done before, with like Troy's tournament where we put them on the Pro Bowls, the Pro Bowl teams. But basically the ROM just has the teams already. So, DPS is Washington. I'm the Saints. Ludio is the Packers. Camp is the Chiefs. DT is the Falcons. Things like that. So it's we could fire up the ROM and practice some of those. I don't know. It's just an idea for a stream. I think it would be fun. So Nick's having a good first half. And on fire, it's no, I'm not on fire. Why did I think I was on fire? And I'm bashing turbo, and sometimes they do not allow you. So something that's ooh, that was an auto jump, but it worked in my favor. Something as far as going for a world record run, something I think about is, what? Obviously, you want to probably play a team that's not elite, but I think playing a team with high dunk ability might be better than playing a team without high dunk. Ooh, look, shot clock violation. That's always a badge of pride for me. That's just like, you don't get much better defense than that. You're just patient. I forget how many. We'll say that's 4 bricks. I don't know how many we're at. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. It might actually be better to play a team with a high dunk rating, because then when they're on those fast breaks, I missed a shove. Auto jump, almost got the ball. When you're playing a team with high dunk, they're more likely to go for the dunk, go figure. And those are, it's much more possible to defend a dunk like that right there than a regular shot, like on a fast break, because the shot is like they get off really quick, and the dunk, we'll say that's 7 brick dunks. The dunk, you can kind of track them in the air, you can get between them and the basket, and you can time your shove. It doesn't always land, but at least you got a chance, Just give me a shot, coach. Just give me a shot. So I don't know. I'm not worried about a world record run right now. We're trying to shatter. I think Starks can do it. I bashed the steel button, but it didn't. See there, because I wasn't able to shove him before he shot it. Okay, we'll say that's 8. Ooh, that was just a clean block. Really, you have to 9. You have to keep auto jump. Gets me out of position. I get shoved. What am I saying? So ADHD. You have to find a way to keep the computer from shooting. If they shoot, they're gonna score. Like, it's like Montana to Rice and Tecmo. It's like you just have to, you can't let them pass it. If they pass it, it's gonna be a touchdown. Okay, so I think that's 10. We'll say that's 10. Oh, I thought I got around him, but I felt very slow. You just got to be aware what the what they're giving. Oh, the cookies. So Johnson, he's. Oh, I missed that shot, but oh man, defensively Johnson just pretty overpowered right now. You can't go by him or it'll be a steal. I'm trying to find a clean lane. Here we go. So, yeah. Only got him by 18. Only 20 dunks again for Starks. I felt like I was doing good. But 10 brick dunks. So really, I don't know. When I'm on fire, I like to go for threes. I like to practice that because you miss a lot more threes on fire in this version than in Tournament Edition. They just make everything hard for you in this version. It is what it is. So I like to practice the fire threes, but if I fail to shatter a couple times, then the next run I like to just dunk it even when I'm on fire. But I do think with the higher dunk rated players, like I'm about to do Larry Johnson, I am going to try to remember to not shoot threes. I'm going to try to get as many dunks. I'm going to try to get 30 dunks. And because I want to shatter. All last stream we didn't shatter. And that's sad. That's sad. I think we had one missed fire 3, steals 19. Is okay, but not great. 0 blocks, only 1 rebound. So they had 10 defensive steals. Felt like a lot. Two blocks. I like to log the jerseys. For some reason, it gives me joy, so I do it. I used to log what the courts looked like, because there are a few different court color combinations, but I think it's random. Basically, you're always going to have a red key and a blue center circle. Every now and again that changes. You might see a green or a yellow or a purple. But I don't think it matters what the matchup is. I haven't been able to find a pattern. So if someone knows, let me know, because I'm curious. Curiosity is a big part of what makes me come back to these games, makes me helps me get good, because I'm trying to solve puzzles. And the puzzle we're doing today is who can shatter. So, yeah, I'm gonna go to Grandmama, who, shout out, was the Hornets about a month ago when I was streaming, and I got the record for blowout score in Tournament Edition, Super Nintendo. With Grandmama and Alonzo Mourning, best team in that version, I think. You could make an argument for the Majik, for sure. But Hornets have 2 S-tier players, and that's a little bit of an open shut case. And Bogues is no slouch as their bench player. So Alonzo Mourning, I wasn't able to shatter, which was like a little surprising to me. I got 18, then 23, then 14, then 22 dunks. No shatter. So we'll see what LJ can do. I think he can do it. If I can get 30 dunks, I almost guarantee we get a shatter. So that's what we're going to try to do. Because, I'm talking a big talk, but I want to see that glass crumble. Got Christian Laettner in his Blue Devil, white and blue. Good defense so far. Chuck Person. Oh, good defense by Zoe. My drone. Off to a bit of a slow start, but it's okay. We got time. Couldn't pick up the ball. Bang. Got the ball there. And we're crunching. We're munching. We're crunching. And there's the Dipsy dude that's hard to defend. Nearly impossible. The Spider-Man, the lay-in. Ooh, can't pick it up there. Oh, it's too hard. Oh, Laettner with the elbows. Rails it. So it's going to be like that. What is it? Okay. Oh, another Spider-Man. Even though Person has a good dunk rating, at least according to the, team select screen. Who knows if that's accurate. But I was able to get a lot of dunks with him when I did those runs. He in tournament edition, he is part of the expanded roster for the Spurs, and he is the main reason why they, in my opinion, so that's one brick. The Spurs with the expanded roster become the best team in the game because they got S tier, Dennis Rodman. They got tier 1 David Robinson, who's a big, and then they got tier 1 Chuck Person, who's got elite shooting but also some power. So anyway, shout out Chuck, the Chuck wagon. Ooh, dang, not a very good end to the quarter. It's okay. I think we got 9 dunks. I don't know why my coffee's all the way across the couch, but that's what we're doing. Okay, all right, here we go. Bang. Let's go, Grandmama. We're talking a big talk. So there's the cookies. And so Leitner picked up the ball, but at least, and we got it. Elite defense in the brickaroo. I think that's 2 bricks. We'll say 2. Doesn't really, the specific number doesn't matter. Ooh, Leitner. Oh, with the cookies. Oh, a little bit of a weird animation, but we ended up with the ball. That's what matters. I need Zoe to clear the lane so that there's no... Oh, there we go, Zoe. Zoe... Oh, okay. So he went for the dunk. That gave me a chance to defend it. And my timing wasn't perfect. 3 bricks. My timing wasn't perfect, so he landed it, but at least I had a chance. You know, I just need a shot. Give me a shot, coach. All right, so there we go. Zoe, I need you out of the lane, my guy. 4 bricked donkeys. Got to box out Leitner for the rebound. Okay, on fire. We should be able to get a couple more dunks this way. Oh, I need to bash the elbows. Oh, Leitner with the big steal, and he is cruising. Ooh. All right. Chuck was... Oh, and he went to the other side. That's tough. Very smart play by the computer to spread it out. Very, what do you call it? I think that's 6. 6 brick dunks. We'll just say 6. 6 is a fun number. Man. So we only got 5 dunks that quarter. That puts us a little bit behind. I really needed to make some headway when I had the fire. I needed to get some turnovers, but not all hope is lost. You know, it's tough in the second half to score more points than the first half, but we'll give it a shot. You know, Larry Johnson, one of the best players in the game. If anyone can do it, he can do it. Got a couple quick ones, that always helps. Ooh, so that's a strat. Even when the ball is on the ground, shoving... There's a brick, so that's 7. When the ball's on the ground, shoving the player rather than going for the free ball. Ooh. Almost perfect defense there by the Hornets. They still score, and that's this version of the game. 8 brick dunks. The Spider-Man. is nearly impossible to defend. Oh, I think Zoe got me, clipped me. Ah. So, okay. I was I was really intent on clearing out Leitner in case they passed him the ball, and I just missed, and so he got the ball and he scored. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. If they go for the dunk, you have a chance of stopping it. I think we might be at 20 dunks. Ah, debacle. I don't really care about that last shot. I care about shattering the backboard. All right. I think if we can get 8 dunks, I think we can shatter. I think we can do it. Ooh, the goaltend. Goaltend doesn't really matter because I wasn't heating up or anything because I made that last shot. But I like to practice the goaltends. They're very difficult in this version of the game. They're a huge strategy point in the Genesis, NBA Jam Original and Genesis. Goaltending is a huge part of the strategy. So that's 9, 10. Ooh, thought I could get around Chuck. I couldn't. And they're double teaming me. That's always tough. Auto jump worked in my favor. 11 brick dunks. 12. I got to jump for that. And all right. So that's a rough first half of the quarter, but it happens. I think we're at 11 brick dunks. If they are playing help defense, that's really tough. Oh, Leitner. He's slow, but I couldn't get around. And they're only down by 7. But I think we can make a run here. Ooh, the auto jump. I got maybe 1 or 2 chances. This is it. This is it. No shatter. Ah. Oh, and the brick. I felt really good about the chances to shatter. Oh well. Only 24 dunks. It's no bueno. It's no bueno, LJ. That's big sad. That's big sad. They had the white and blue jerseys. Love to log the jerseys. Gives me joy. So the not that anyone cares, but the Timberwolves base jerseys are blue and white. So they're wearing their alternate jerseys, white and blue, because the Hornets are considered like a blue team, even though they're teal. So that sort of stuff is fun for me. And when I was in Tupelo at the NBA Jam Tournament Edition tournament on Super Nintendo, a big factor in the teams that I picked was the jerseys. And actually, the last game I played, it was this matchup. My opponent picked the Hornets because you can pick any team you want. It's a unique format in that regard. The coin flip winner can take any team, so a lot of people take the Hornets. So he took the Hornets. I actually took the Timberwolves, the jerseys, but also Isaiah Ryder. I thought he would be an interesting counter to the Hornets. Hornets, best team in the game, 2 S-tier players, but Ryder has a sneaky 6 power rating. So it's above average, not elite, not excellent, but he has an elite speed. So he's elite speed with above average power. I was able to contain the Hornets, and he has elite dunking. So, Hornets have elite defense, but if you're able to pick your spots well, I was able to get off a lot of dunks. And also kick it out to Doug West, who has elite three-point shooting, even though Doug West, in that version of the game, doesn't rank out as a very high-rated player. As a drone, and tag mode was off, so I could pass it to him and then tell him to shoot. That worked very well. So anyway, random story time. But I do love thinking about the matchups. Could think about that stuff all day. The best player I played, he went by 3D. I really hope he sticks with the Jam because he was really good. He was doing some things that I was really proud of. He picked the Bulls and I picked the Blazers. Partly because of the jerseys, but also what's more classic than Bulls versus Blazers, you know? And the Blazers were a good counter to the Bulls. Bulls have really good shooting, and Pippen is an elite dunker, but they don't have power. They don't have much power, and they got speed. But and they don't have block ability. So I was Clyde Drexler, elite dunking, and I just, landing dunks. If you try to block it, but you can do the shove when they're coming down with the dunk, and he did that a couple times. 3D did that a couple times. I was like, man, this is an elite skill. I hope you stick with it. Probably gonna do about 7 more. I forget how many brick dunks I had. I'm gonna say 12. Doesn't really matter. I didn't go, so it's disappointing I didn't shatter, even though I wasn't going for threes. But we still have an ace. We still have an ace coming up, and I have high hopes for them. 14 steals for Leitner. I do not remember 14 steals. I don't remember that, but okay, Midway. Auto jump. There are maybe 4 of them, but not many of them really messed me up. So we are on to Sacramento. And Wayman Tisdale. Who is decent dunk rating. He also, I believe, passed away, so rest in peace. Or am I thinking of Lionel Simmons? All right, we are going to make a list. What's up, the chosen one? NBA 2K team of all time. I'll say I barely played 2K, honestly. But I will say the 2021 Bucks because I'm a Buck fan. What about you? Wayman Tisdale. And we are playing the Nets. So the Nets. The Nets, not that anyone cares, their default jerseys are white and red. They bust out the blue and red only when they're playing themselves. And the Nets definitely make the biggest jump in rating from NBA Jam Original to Tournament Edition. They are, as far as attributes go, one of the worst teams in the game. Maybe the worst. But in Tournament Edition, they are, I consider them a tier 1 team. I'm pretty, I'm kind of alone on that. I don't think many people really consider the Nets a tier 1 team in Tournament Edition. But I think Derek Coleman's the best player in the game. You know, you could make an argument for Larry Johnson, Dennis Rodman, Hakeem Olajuwon, Jamal Mashburn. Mitch Richmond also very good, S tier. But yeah, and Kevin Edwards, sneaky, even though he's a short sprite player, he's a sneaky elite power, and that is a big reason why they are tier 1 and can hang with the other. Ooh, big block by Coleman. He doesn't like me saying that these Nets are slouches. The Spider-Man, so difficult to defend. And they're probably going to make me brick this last dunk, but we're going to give it our best shot anyway. Yeah, it happens. So, Chosen One loves the 96 Bulls because they were the best team in the NBA. Yeah, my ex-roommate, my best friend, and I, during COVID, we would watch classic NBA championship series, and so we watched the 96 series versus the Sonics. And I was reminded, I mean, I already knew Dennis Rodman was my favorite baller of all time, but I was reminded like how critical he was to that game or to that series. And I'm not passionate about it, but my line is he could have been the finals MVP. Like, obviously the NBA was going to give it to Jordan, but he was extremely valuable. Like, I don't think it's definitely not a certainty that they would have won that series without Rodman. In my opinion, I'm biased. He's my favorite player of all time. But obviously, it was Jordan's team, Jordan and Pippen. They needed Kukoc as well, you know. They needed Harper. They needed everybody, but Rodman was really critical in kind of containing Kemp, but also just kind of like dominating Bukowski. Not that Bukowski's, you know, what's it called? A formidable force per se, but he helped them really have the advantage down low. I mean, other than Kemp doing his thing, but you get what I mean. All right, so now that we're not on fire, we're going to be bricking some dunks for sure. So this is a really good first half as far as dunking goes. They'll probably make me brick the next couple, but we'll give it our best shot. Oh man, they're so fast. Ugh. See, it is challenging when they're fast like that. It is legitimately challenging to get around them. But I like the challenge. I live for it. 21 points. That's a good half. It's a good half. We got a bunch of dunks. Maybe 16 dunks. Trying to set up a scrimmage with my new Tecmo team I drafted. I'm going to Seattle area in July, 4th of July. There's a tournament, and I'm really excited. The draft was so much fun. And so now the ROM is available for us to do scrimmages on. And so I'm going to see if I can get a Memorial Day scrimmage going on. I also have a playoff game in TAD with that same group. All right, couple missed dunks. Oh, and the open shot is going to get it. What's up, Trek viewer? Trekkery. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Hope you're having a happy Memorial Day. I was lucky to have the day off, so and was gonna play some Jam. I'm like, man, we may as well be streaming this. Why, share the love. We are trying, as the thumbnail and the implies, we are trying to shatter the backboard. We're trying all different players. I've been able to do it with like the usual suspects, Kemp, Ewing, Malone, all them guys. But the Wayman Tisdales, can we do it with Wayman? He does have a pretty good dunk rating, which I think is the main. Factor in shattering the backboard. I think it's got to be like the fourth quarter. And I don't know if you have to do like a particularly powerful dunk. More of a fan of Street, Tecmo, Super, NBA basketball. Yeah, I used to be in an online league for Tecmo NBA basketball on NES. This was like 5 years ago, and I hadn't played the game very much. It was fun. It was a draft league. So, and I actually had the number 1 draft. Like, it was like a lottery. So I picked Michael Jordan. I was the Bucks, but I picked Michael Jordan. And then I picked Dennis Rodman because I wanted Rodman. And the rest of my team didn't. The rest of my team didn't pan out too good, but I do need to bust out Tecmo NBA, or I guess it's called Tecmo Super NBA basketball. It does seem to be very solid. It's the best, or I shouldn't say the best, because there are a lot of the live versions, like Live 95, 98, are really good. On Super Nintendo, we're gonna say that's 5 bricks, 6 bricks. But Super Tecmo NBA is I got to get more into it. I think I would really enjoy it if I gave it the green magic treatment. It would be really fun to see, like, their plays and stuff. I really like that they are basic plays, and like if you execute the play, then it seems to be like it gives you a much better chance to score, and I just think that's great. Yeah, not as good as Tecmo Super Bowl. That's true, but I mean, Tecmo Super Bowl might be the best sports game of all time. We're biased on this channel, like Tecmo Super Bowl. There's so many hours of Tecmo on this channel. I joke that like maybe too much, but not as much recently, but in past years, it really was kind of the heart and soul. So we love Tecmo, but we like to give all the other games a fair shake too. All right, we're running out of time. We got maybe one more chance at love. One more chance. Oh no. Okay, here's their chance. Oh, and the brickaroo. Dang. Yeah. All right. So, wasn't able to shatter with Tizzy. They did make me brick it a lot. 25 dunks is okay, but it's not enough to really. You really got to get like 30 dunks if you want to make sure that you shatter. In my experience, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to shatter. Because I'm guessing not everyone can shatter. But I want to find out. And I'm too lazy to go into the code. Okay. You're thinking of trying to find someone to put together custom ROM of Tecmo Super Bowl that has more than one Buffalo Bills team in Notre Dame. Yeah, you can definitely find people to do that. I don't know if you're on Discord, but the Tecmo Super Bowl Discord, you can find resources there and chat with people. And then also techmobowl.org has a lot of information as well, and people to contact. But yeah, it's fun to have a custom league, a custom ROM. Alright, so Tizzy was not able to do it. But it is okay. It is okay. They only had about 12 steals. One block. I don't remember too many auto jumps. We'll say 2. Alright, and now we're moving on to the Spurs. So are you a Notre Dame fan? I know they have a lot of and there are some college football ROMs. I don't know if they make them for every single year, but there are some of those. So we will go with Elliott. We'll probably do about 5 more. Yeah, I think I'm going to save Dominique for last. Because maybe he can save us. Maybe he can heal us. Dominique Wilkins, one of the best dunkers of all time. Some would say the best. I think you got to give it to Vince Carter, but, you know, I'm not passionate about it. All right, Sean Elliott. I actually forget what his dunk rating was. Pacers also cookies. As far as attributes, Pacers one of the worst teams in the game. They don't even give Reggie Miller a full shoot rating, which is silly. I mean, sorry. But when I play the Pacers, they seem to be really good on defense. So it's hard to know. It's hard to suss out what's rubber band because there's so much rubber band in this. Ooh, can I pick it up? Yes, I can. Auto jump, but it works in my favor. Love to see that. Elliott feeling pretty fast, but I'm still not able to get around him, which is too bad. Ooh. Oh, see, there's some of that elite Pacers defense. It seems like Miller and McKee both give me a hard time. Oh, and the double miss rebound for Robinson and Elliott. Can I get a couple more dunks this quarter? Oh, missed shove. Wasn't able to recover. All right, a little surprised they let me land that. I was assumed it was going to be a brick. It's got to be a brick. Yep. Ooh. So he blocked it, but it probably would have been a brick anyway. So that's one brick dunk. Oh, that was an elite defense right there, anticipating the pass and clearing him out. Elliott looking fast. There's that elite pacer defense. I was trying to clear the lane, couldn't, does it? Oh, I was trying to kick it back out so that I could, find. Ooh, shot clock violation. So gratifying. So gratifying. Patience, execution. More elite pacer defense. Oh, I didn't want him to do the Spider-Man because I was heating up. All right, so we'll say that's 4 brick dunks. This quarter has not gone according to plan. Just elite pacer defense. You love to see it. And brick dunks galore. Maybe we can get a couple more. Work on that rim. Nice play by the Pacers. I was able to get a shove on him, but he was still able to get the shot off. Missed that shove, and that's 3 points. All right, we're not in a bad spot. But I've only bricked about 4 dunks, which makes me feel like they're going to make me brick at least 4 more. I really should be more careful about, not allowing them to converge on me when I am attacking the rim. There's number 5. Oh, dear, I just ran right by it. Ooh. Got distracted. Sometimes ads pop up, and I think it's like a comment or something. Shabooey. Man. Yeah, Notre Dame team, Joe Montana, Jerome Bettis, Ricky Waters, Tim Brown, Dave Casper. It's quite the roster. Auto jump, but it worked in my favor. Bang, we're on fire. Hopefully we can get a few more dunks. Maybe a couple more before the quarter is done. Got to jump for it because it's in traffic. The starters at the skill positions. Yeah. That's too bad. Wish I could have saved my fire. But it's all good. Yeah, it seems like Notre Dame more has high-profile offensive players. Those are some big names you mentioned. Defense, I don't think there's quite as many, but I know they do. They do provide a lot of NFL players. Maybe the most of everyone. Well, I don't know. I feel like Alabama, Georgia, Miami, they have more. Ooh, a bird outside my window. Very distracting. Ooh, good defense by Elliott. All right, I think that's 7. I just got to get rid of it. I didn't realize I was up by 30 points. Wow. I think that's 8. 8 bricks. We got a shot. We got a chance. Probably a couple more chances. But when I'm on fire, I don't think I can shatter. So maybe 2 more chances. Defense is going to be frisky, though. 1 more chance. No shatter. Oh, well. That was a good run. That actually, I think that actually broke the record for blowout score. But it's not official because I didn't show the boot up of the system. But that was a really good run. 33 dunks, no shatter. That's tough. It hurts my feelings a tiny bit, but so the O-line is Jarrett Patterson, Quentin Nelson, Zach Martin, Ronnie Stanley, Joe Alt. Joe Alt, one of the legends. Oh yeah, so I forgot about the old guys, Alan Page, Nick Buoniconti. I wouldn't have been familiar with those guys except, Justin Tuck I've definitely heard of, but I'm in a Tecmo league called TAD, Tecmo After Dark, and we draft players every year, every new season. All the players go into the pool of draft, and you draft your team. And each season is a new year. So now we're in 1970. So that's the 11th season. They started in 1960. So Nick Buoniconti is one of the best linebackers. Alan Page, I think, is one of the best D linemen. My team, I'm the Saints. My first overall pick was Gary Garrison because I wanted an elite wide receiver. My second pick was Larry Brown because I wanted an excellent running back. Then I picked Ed Sherockman because because I wanted an excellent defensive back. Then I think I picked man, I'm spacing out, but a D lineman. Anyway, picked a D lineman. Then my 5th pick, I think, was Bill Berge, and then I just kind of filled out the team from there. So it is kind of fun to be more familiar with some of these legendary names, because it's just like, other than the Packers, I just wasn't too familiar with the old names. You know, some names like Joe Namath. I'm spacing out. I haven't had breakfast yet. Who's the guy for the Colts? Anyway, yeah. So yeah, Raheem Ismail, Notre Dame. He was running back. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting to hear like when players get moved around like that. Like for the Tecmo Super Bowl ROM on the Dolphins, Jim Jensen, Johnny Unitas, thanks Tom. I'm like, it's Johnny somebody. Johnny Football. Yeah, Jim Jensen, I think, was a quarterback, but he's got moved to tight end, and is a big reason why the Dolphins are such a fierce passing attack in the original Tecmo ROM. All right, so Sean did his best. 33 dunks, not enough. A lot of those dunks were on fire, and I don't think you can shatter when you're on fire, so it is what it is. 75 is quite a lot. I was talking about that vaunted Pacer defense, but I was able to get 29 steals. Pretty decent for Sean. But we'll say 10 brick dunks, who knows. Steals 29, very good. It's rare that I get over 30 steals. I'm trying to see if I have ever done that. I see 29 I got with Bill Laimbeer. Because he's all about that combat basketball. So yeah, so that ties my record for steals. At least from what I have here. I also had 28 steals with Bill Laimbeer. So for some reason, maybe it's because he's not very fast, but also 28 steals with James Worthy. So yeah, these are things I'm thinking about, you know. So yeah, probably will be playing Sammy later in my TAD playoff, so gotta get up for that. All right, log in these. And so 29 steals, 0 blocks. It's so funny. Like this version is just weird. At least compared to Tournament Edition, which is what I'm much more familiar with. Steals 8. Auto jumps. I don't remember there being too many auto jumps, which is really nice. because that like auto jumps throw off my whole rhythm. There are things you can do to avoid auto jumps. You don't want to be, when they shoot the ball, you don't want to be right by the rim, because a lot of times the game will make you jump. And more often than not, it just gets you out of position. It's not helpful, which I see as major midway gaslighting. There's a chance that they are actually trying to help you out. I don't know. I don't know if I believe it. So who am I? Ronnie Cycli. Ronnie Cycli on the Heat. So he has a good dunk rating. Minor 5 out of 6 dunk rating. Minor, I was not able to shatter the backboard. It was very, very sad for me. Because I don't want to say one of the best dunkers of all time, but he won the dunk competition in the early mid-90s. How many dunks did he get? So with minor, I had 26, 23, 28, and 29. No shatter. So maybe Cycli can do it. We will see. Oh, Pacers again. So that's easy. I believe in Cycli. I think he can do it. We got to try to get 30. Oh, so here's an alternate court. Not that anyone cares. But we got a blue key and we got a purple logo. And so if anyone knows why it's purple, I'm curious. I think it's just random. But like 90% of the time, the court is red and blue. So, curiosities. Ooh, the good defense by the Pacers. But Cycli's on fire. Ooh, logo 3. Auto jump, but it works in my favor. Cycli. Trying to get around. Trying to not have two ooh, that's what I was trying to avoid. Trying to avoid 2 defenders at the hoop, if possible. Because that's when most of the blocks happen, I've found, in this version of the game. And honestly in TE. But TE, it is, if you have a high power and block rating, a lot of times they can do it, try to have them pass back to me. A lot of times you can do it one-on-one, but that's just not the case in this version. That's why you never see me going for a block, because it's such a low percent. We got our first brick dunk. Somehow he gets the shove on me. And we're back to defense. I got to try to avoid getting shoved myself. So we had a really hot start, but we got turned away at the rim. Bang. Missed a shove, and that's 3 points, and that's this version of the game. You don't land your shoves, they score. Cycli. He's on the Warriors in Tournament Edition. Is probably like a tier 4 player. Not very good, but he does have some block rating. Which is, gives the Warriors some inside presence. Because Sprewell and Gugliotta also have a decent block rating. I think it's like a 7. So, in addition to Gugliotta being S tier, one of the best players in the game, they have a pretty formidable inside defensive game. So I don't quite put them in tier 1, but I think they're a lot of people's favorite team. Makes sense. And their expanded roster, you get the two guys who are in this version of the game, Hardaway and Mullen. But they are not. Mullen is a good shooter, but he's very slow and not powerful, and so he doesn't really add much, in my opinion. Like, Sprewell's still much more of a... Auto jump gets me out of position. And I can't auto jump, but it works in my favor. Probably going to be a brick, and there it is. If I was really going for points, I would have done a hook shot there, probably. They seem to always make you brick the dunk at the end of the quarter, unless you're on fire. If you're on fire, you probably land it. $14 dunks, not quite on pace. You want to have at least 15. So I missed my shove battle with the drone, and so I'm not able to defend that shot, and they score the three-pointer. Oh, that was good defense, though. I think we're at about 6 bricks. Who knows? Oh, I thought it was going to take a logo 3. Usually I can anticipate pretty... Oh, dear, the cookies. Can usually anticipate pretty well what they're going to try to do. Then it just comes down to executing. But you can't defend everything, especially with the player who's not very fast, like Cycling. Makes it all the more important. You gotta land the shoves. I went ahead and jumped. I should have cleared the guy out. I should have boxed out. If the score is close, that might actually work in my favor. And Miner, he was nowhere even close to the guy he was supposed to be guarding. I just think that's kind of... Oh, I did jump there, missed it. If the score is close, it might actually kind of work in my favor, because that means I'll brick fewer dunks. All right. I think we got a chance. If we can get like 5 or 6 dunks, I think we got a shot. Definitely need more coffee after this run. Ooh, the layup so hard to defend. Dang. That was not a dunk. Okay, I think that's 9 bricks, we'll say. So I did jump for that, but that was dumb. That was dumb. That was not smart. right, Cycly, I believe in you. I believe in you. Crunch. A few more dunks. I think we got it. The elbows. Ooh, Miner playing defense. Bang. That was auto jump. Got me out of position so that they were able to elbow me and score. All right, I think that's 11, maybe. No one knows. Ah, nice. Nice elbow job there by the Pacers. And I need Miner to get out of the way. But I don't got all day, so that's 12 bricks. Thought I was far enough away to not get elbowed, but I wasn't. Dang, maybe one more chance. Stole the ball, but last 10 seconds, they're really, really feisty. All right. Cycly 25 dunks, couldn't do it. So pretty low score. 54 feels pretty low. Actually, a lot of... anyway. Dunks, 25. Not bad, but you really got to try to get... You really try to get 30 if you want to shatter. No threes. 19 steals. Not too good. He's not fast enough to cover ground. Although, like I said with Lambeer, he's slow, but I was able to get a lot of steals. So I don't know. I'm still figuring all this out. Definitely a lot of auto jumps. I'm gonna say 7. Alright, so we're going to do just a few more and then get on with our Memorial Day. We got a long shot coming up. We got Scott Skiles for the Majik. But I do got to get more coffee. Skiles definitely more of a shooter, but he can dunk. Everyone can dunk. It's kind of a myth that certain players can't dunk, especially the shorter sprite characters, but we'll get into that in just a second. All right, Skiles. Scott Skiles Nation. See what you got. Nick Anderson actually has a full dunk rating. And then Skiles has none. And Skiles, as you would expect, has a very high, actually elite 3-point rating. And Anderson has a 0 3-point rating, which is hilarious because he has an elite 3-point rating in Tournament Edition. So, just kind of funny, some of these choices that the developers made. Still didn't get it. Bang, Robinson. Is that how it's going to be? Is that how it's going to be? And the Magic are wearing their alternate jerseys. The white and blue, you'll love to see it because they're usually black and blue. But when they play the Spurs, ooh, nice shot, Elliott. When they play the Spurs, the Heat, and themselves, and Blazers. Blazers? No. Maybe. I guess Blazers are black and red, as are the Heat. So, bang. Yeah. Blazers, Heat, Spurs, Magic, their primary color, their main color is black. Oh, nice spreading the court. Not really much I could do about that. The Spider-Man and the auto jump. Good defense by Scotty, but not enough. Couldn't pick up the ball. Probably going to brick this dunk. No, he lands it. Bang. Probably going to brick the next one. Yes. All right. I got about 12, 13 dunks in that quarter. I'd anticipate there being about 5 brick dunks the next quarter. But we'll see. We shall see what the defense looks like. Auto jump, but it works in my favor. You love to see it. I tried to get out of the way, and I just wasn't able to do it. It's hard to know if that's like a midway. Ooh, what a steal by Skiles. Skiles playing some incredible defense, gotta say. This speed really helps to get in the position that you want to be. Ooh, auto jump didn't matter, it was already in. Anderson There's a brick. Forget how many. We'll say that's the second one. Ooh, a little bit too early on my shove attempt. Auto jump, but it works in my favor. All right, last 10 seconds, they're going to be coming after me. All right, we'll say that's 4 brick dunks. Nobody knows. But 19 dunks in the first half. Sometimes I think the players with the lower or 0 dunk rating actually land more dunks because, I don't know. Vibes. That's why I log all these things. 20 dunks for Scott Skiles in the first half. I don't know if I've ever done that before. Scott Skiles, legend. Legend. I think he was the Magic's first star player. You know, then they shuffle him off to the Bullets. I forget what all went down in that trade. Or maybe he went to the Warriors. I don't know, but all right, we'll say that's 5 bricks. That's definitely I was able to get that steal because I'm on fire. I think the defensive rating or the power, whatever you want to say, is more 7 more of a thing when you're on fire. Looking for a lane. 8. Good try by Scott. Can't do everything. Oh, they had the help defense. I saw it. 9. I got to jump for that. Ooh. 10. Bang. $11, $12. Auto jump goes in, doesn't matter. All right. 12 brick dunks. I'm still feeling pretty confident. I think Scotty can do it. I think he can do it. Miss shove, though. Miss shove. I was fast enough to recover, but couldn't land the shove. Oh, nice push off by Elliott. $13. Couldn't pick up the ball. Couldn't pick up the ball again. $14. I just went for it. I could have been a little more patient, but didn't want to wait all day. Thought they were going to block that one. Come on, Scotty. We can do it, Scotty. We can do it. That might be 30 dunks right there. I got pushed by Elliot. All right, 14 maybe. One more chance at love. Dang. I was feeling confident. Hmm. "31 dunks, pretty good. Pretty good." Defense felt good with Scotty. We'll say 14 brick dunks, which is a lot, but I've definitely had more. No threes because we were just trying to dunk. 24 steals, pretty good. No blocks. Blocks are very hard. Only 7 steals for the Spurs. 2 blocks. So less than 10 defensive stops. They had less than 10 defensive stops, and I still only scored 62 points. Auto jumps a fair amount. We'll say 6. All right, we got just a couple more. 3 more runs to do, and then we're done for the day. Next up is dunking legend John Stockton. Let's see who we go up against. I was able to shatter with Karl Malone. He has a maxed out dunk rating. The Warriors. I haven't played them too many times. Dang it. Warriors are a team I'm curious if like in the arcade version, because of their shooting ability, are they one of the better teams? Or and Hardaway has speed. Or do you need things like defense, you know? So, questions that will be answered someday. Hardaway is quite fast. He is hard to get around sometimes. I went ahead and just tried to fire goaltend that, even though I was pretty sure it was going in. And Stockton just feeling very quick. Backing down Hardaway. Not surprised at the brick dunk. Yeah, just went for the rebound there and got it. Yeah, no music. You know, I think that's... What's up, Retro Cube? Happy Memorial Day. I think that's big for a lot of people. You know, not to me, but I can see how it. I don't know. I like the quietness and the kit throw, and the sound effects. It's soothing for me, but I can see how people prefer the music. Nice play by the Warriors there. I was anticipating it, but still couldn't stop it. Bang. All right, we got about 10 dunks with Stockton. Let's see how the rest of this match progresses. I'm loving Stockton's speed. He's able to get around the defenders. He's able to get in position on defense. Oh dear. Just missed one shove, and that's points. Nice screen by Hardaway there. Passed the ball, and then shoved me. All right, gotta make sure they don't double team me at the rim. Dang. Oh, swatted by Hardaway. Big swat. Ooh. A little surprised they didn't make me auto jump there. That was a nice gift. Hardaway, or Mullen with the push off puts me on the ground, so I'm not able to defend. Auto jump gets me out of position, and that's points. Looking to playing TE on your newly acquired Sega Saturn. Ooh, yeah, you'll have to tell me how that is. I'm not even sure if I've played that version. I've played, Atari Jaguar. Tom has that. And I played on 32X at like conventions and stuff. But Saturn, we've played College Slam, but I don't think I've played much NBA Jam TE. You'll definitely have to check in and tell me how that is. Oh, great play by the Warriors. Didn't go in though, but they created an open shot. So after 10 dunks in the first quarter, we get 7. We're at 17. 12 steals, pretty good. They only got 2. So I'm doing a good job of avoiding the steals, which really helps. That Stockton has elite speed. That was risky. That could have been blocked. Oh, Mullen pushes off. I had a chance for that rebound, but Mullen pushed off. So good offensive defense by the Warriors. I gotta get rid of it, because if I passed it, they probably would have a nice play. Not a lot I could do to avoid that. If I'd passed it, then it would have been stolen. I could just tell. So, risky going in traffic, but didn't want to wait all day. Stockton landing a lot of dunks. And as I say that, but I only think that's the 3rd brick dunk. Oh, cookies. That's what I've done a really good job of avoiding, but now I got to be vigilant. Hardaway just, look how fast he is. The rubber band speed. And I was right there, but I couldn't pick up the ball, as is very common for this version. I think that's about 5 brick dunks, so I don't know. I believe in Stockton. I think he can do it. I think he can shatter. One of the best point guards of all time. Didn't auto jump, gets me out of position, and they score. Oh, that was not a good read. All right, he went for the dunk, which helped me out. If he had gone for the shot, I tried to pass it while I was in that layup animation, and I tried to shove him. Tecmo Super Bowl is the best. Yeah, we 6 brick dunks for Stockton. Yeah, we played a ton of Tecmo Super Bowl over the years. Not as much recently. I mean, I've done some series 7 brick dunks for Stockton. But yeah, I'm in an online league called TAD, Tecmo After Dark. I'm the Saints. It's we use 1970s rosters. So Dennis Shaw is my quarterback, Gary Garrison, my wide receiver, Larry Brown, my running back. And it's very fun. And recently I wrapped up a draft for Cascadian effing Tecmo. 8 brick dunks for Stockton. That tournament is in person on July 4th in Tacoma, Washington. And I'm the Saints as well. And we use the original Tecmo ROM and we draft teams. So I drafted QB Eagles, you use a salary cap, so auto jump. And so you get $100, 100 fake dollars for your budget. And each tandem, taking a break from Tecmo, each tandem has a dollar amount assigned to it. So out of 100. So the Eagles quarterbacks are $58, which is over half. But that's what I went with. That's what I wanted to do. Drafted QB Eagles, and you get the backup Jim McMahon. So I only had 42 Tecmo dollars left. Then I drafted the Packers defensive line, Bob Nelson. That was $4. Then I drafted the Cardinals receivers. It was only $5, but you got Ricky Pearl's receptions. You got Roy Green's moderate speed. Then I went with the Eagles running backs, which was only $9, but you got Keith Byers' reception rating. Then I went with the Seahawks defensive backs. It was $10, so they're like the fifth worst defensive back tandem according to this metric. Then I had to take the cheapest linebackers available, so I went with the Cowboys at $10.50, and then I went with the Cowboys offensive line, which was $3. So very fun. Do they still do the Tecmo tournament in Madison? Yes. I'm spacing out on his name. Madtown Spliff Stars, I believe, is his screen name. He organizes, now they call it Badger Bowl. Badger Bowl? It's no longer like Tecmo Madison branding. I think they call it Badger Bowl. And they've done that for the last few years. So they still do that. There's one in Milwaukee called Brew City Tecmo, I think it's called. Yeah, so there's one a month at least. We got Tecmo Players Championship coming up in June. DPS is organizing that. So that's June like 16th or something like that. 18? I don't know. Yeah, Mort Legend, he was on this channel a lot. He lives in the suburbs now, so we don't get to see him a lot. But he was huge in the Tecmo scene in general. He was really fun to hang out with. One of the best Tecmo players of all time. Maybe the best, although I say DPS is the GOAT. He taught us so much. Like, it was incredible hanging out with him. And he actually got really good at NBA Jam, like, because we would play a bunch of these games together. And so some of the videos that we have where we're just scrimmaging, like Mort was really good. Like, if he had stuck with it, he could have been one of the best jammers. But anyway, really fun hanging out with him. So many good memories. And he was a Utah Jazz fan. So, shout out. We're just going to do a couple more. We got two more players to do. We got Terry Porter and the Human Highlight Film. NBA Give and Go. I've played it a few times. That's the Konami one, right? Where it's like mode 7 up and down. Yeah, we played some of that during COVID. I'm gonna look up if I have that game. I don't think I do. I got my sheet of games I own. But if that's one you like, we can try to get that No, I don't got it. Dang. I liked it a lot. I remember it was just fun. It was just like a lot of run and gun, which with arcade. I mean, I know they're trying to make it a simulation, but I like the dunk animation, the blocking, the defense was fun. It's definitely one that I would want to go back to, and people have been talking about it. I'm gonna make a note here to try to pick it up soon. Yeah, 5 on 5, absolutely. Yeah, this will give me a reason to. Man, maybe I'll even go today. Who knows? Maybe I'll get weird with it. But the games that people mention, I like to keep track of and try to put that in the pipeline. So maybe I'll go to the store today. I don't know. You got me excited about that because that is a really fun game. Other people have been mentioning it recently as well. Mode 7 isn't my favorite for sports games, but I think Give and Go does it as well as you can. I have a really soft spot in my heart for NHL Stanley Cup, which is Mode 7. They don't really pull it off exceptionally well. It really doesn't age well, but it's one of the first games I owned. I have the world record for it, although I haven't submitted it yet, but I did beat the world record. I love it a lot, but yeah, I like the experimental. I like the experimentation of the '90s. For me, that's partly why I like staying in the '90s. We do play like 2000s games as well. Like I got a PS2 recently. Played some NHL hits the other day. Been playing some Madden. So we love those, but I do like the experimental '90s ones. Only knock on the game is it doesn't have a battery save. Got a very long password. Yeah, that's tough. One of my favorite sports Super Nintendo games of all time is Super Tennis. I think it's a beautiful game, but it's a very long password and just kind of silly. Yeah, and I like to see Konami. One of like my favorite developer of all time, I would have to say is Capcom. Largely because of Mega Man Classic. Love me some. Well, no, it's Midway. Midway wins. You know, Chicago, Jam, all the sports games. Midway wins. Then I would say Capcom, DuckTales. Capcom doesn't have a lot of sports games. Then I would say Konami. Konami doesn't have a lot of sports games, but this is one where they did really well. I'm getting geeked up about it. I'll have to hit up the store today. This is giving me motivation to get out to the coffee shop, pay some bills, and then see if they got Give and Go. Stanley Cup, $5. Yeah, I agree. It's a lot smoother. A lot smoother. Like if Konami had made NHL Stanley Cup, it's interesting to see what they could have maybe done, because Stanley Cup is like some random like they didn't make a ton of games, at least a ton of sports games that I know of. Yeah, I see Stanley Cup for like $3-5 all the time. It hasn't really held its value, and that's why I say it holds a soft spot in my heart, because like very few people love the game like I do. there's a huge community for NHL 94, as there should be. We streamed a tournament in January called the Roanoke Rumble that DPS organized. We had some of the best players in the world, you would say. Angry Jay, the GOAT, he was there and won. But other really good players, Ice is a really good player. EA is a local guy who's really good, and so that's more the game that gets the love, and that it's a brilliant game. But I like shouting out, Blades of Steel, things like that are kind of lesser known, not quite as quality, but still fun. I really like Blades of Steel. Okay, what was I doing? Oh, I'm logging. We just got a couple more. And then we gotta move on. 30 dunks is solid, but no shatter. No shatter for Stockton. I was able to shatter with Karl Malone with 28 dunks. No, 22. He on his 22nd dunk, he shattered, and I got 6 more dunks after that. But so the high dunk rating guys shattered. So funny looks when I say my fave hot game is Mario Lemieux. Oh, you see, do I have Mario Lemieux? I don't think I do. See, I'm more familiar with Brett Hull hockey. Not super familiar, but I think it's decent. It's just not as good as some of the other ones. It's fun. So no, I don't have Mario Lemieux. I've seen it around for like $10. And actually, I think it was... No, I've seen it for $5 loose and $10 in box. I don't really care about the in box. That just doesn't really speak to me. But $5, I should pick that up. I'll make a note of that. I love the recommendations. I'm trying to get better about being organized and logging them. In that way, I can try to let people know if I do a stream, so they can look out for it. Alright, so we got that note in there. All right. Mario Lemieux hockey. Yeah, I don't think I've ever played that. I own ESPN National Hockey Night, NHL 94, NHL 95, and NHL 97 on Genesis. I have a lot of football games on Genesis, a lot of basketball games, a lot of baseball games on Genesis. Most of them I've never played. But I pick them up for a few dollars when I see them around. The fog, the goal foghorn. We have a what you call it? There is a community member named Eli the Wolf, who he gets really excited about the different goal horn sounds. He talks about that a lot on Discord, so I'll have to go see if he has talked about that one. The organ during the game, yeah, there's a little bit of an organ in NHL 94. Okay, Stockton 30 dunks. I forget how many bricks. We'll say 8. No threes. $21 steals, not amazing. Had a lot of steals in the first half. 0 blocks, of course. No steals for Mullen. That's interesting. I was very cautious. That's a good run when they don't have many stops. Oh, ESPN Hockey number 2, Sega CD. Sega CD. I do not have many games because I don't even own a Sega CD, and they're like $300, right? So like the console. But I do own NBA Jam, and I do own NHL '94. I think our friend Troy up in Green Bay gave me a copy. Or maybe I got one at one of his tournaments as a raffle. But I'll definitely get Sega CD one of these days, eventually. Oh, it's all good. No, it's fun. It's fun chatting. You know, sometimes on these streams, there's not much goes on in the chat. So it's like I like to engage when there's someone there. You know, and I really like these recommendations. It really helps me kind of think about what game to try next that I'm not familiar with, you know, because I might love it, you know, and it's cool to hear why people like these random games, you know. Like I'll be looking out for the Oregon ESPN Hockey Night. I'll make that note too. Because I was in so I grew up in Sheboygan County, Wisconsin. Last December I took a trip to Sheboygan. I was writing my thesis for grad school, and I needed to get out of town. I went to this really great store called Freak Toys, and I got it might have been over. I got like 70 games, maybe. Almost all of them for $3. So that's like over $200. I got some random games like Shaq Fu for like $8 or $10, but anyway, so I have all these retro sports games. Many of them I've never played, so it's really fun to hear the recommendations. Okay, so we got 2 more matches. We got Terry Porter, who I think is a low dunk rating. Portland. I'm actually going to Portland in July. I'm going to go, never been. I'm going to go hang out for a few days there, and then I'm going to head to Seattle to hang out with the Tecmo, like the Pacific Northwest Tecmo guys that I'm in the TAD League with. We have a tournament, and I'm really excited. So it'll be nice to take a week-long vacation and see Portland. I might love it. I'm looking forward to it. I've been in Chicago for about 10 years. There are a lot of things I really like about it, but I do get curious about other cities. Spurs again. We've seen them a couple times today. Oh, and like I said earlier, so the Blazers have their alternate jerseys, white and red. Usually they're black and red. All right. All right. Auto jump, but it works in my favor. Yeah, I mean, I love it. It's I live in West Humboldt Park. It's a historically Hispanic neighborhood. I'm trying to learn Spanish. I like it a lot. I got an Aldi real nearby. I got a library. Like I have a library background. That's what I was in grad school for. Um, so there's a local library. There's parks nearby. There's buses. I don't have a car. There's buses that go downtown, that go to the burbs. I hang out in Wicker Park a lot. That's a little bit east. It's still on the west side, but not as far west. Like that's where the used video game store is that I like to go to, called the Exchange. So I don't know. I don't know. It's just I dig it. Each neighborhood kind of has its own vibe. Pretty sure I heard gunshots last night, but I don't know. I hope the kids are okay. A lot of there are a couple elementary, middle schools nearby. Oh yeah. Oh, elite defense by the Blazers. Elite defense. They're going to be coming after me. It's going to be hard to stop them here. Dang. Yeah, I definitely stay indoors during the winter. That's one thing I haven't really figured out, how to get more exercise during the winter. The winters are so long, but that said, it's a gorgeous day outside. I can tell I got the windows open, and I'm looking forward to, it's fun to stay inside a little bit, play some games, but then you gotta touch some grass. I'm looking forward to it. Ooh. So that was a well-timed shove, but I thought he was going to get the shot off, so I jumped. And then I was out of position. I think that's my first brick. Man, I'm really liking these white and red jerseys for some reason. For no good reason. they're kind of rare. Or they're rare for the Blazers. Teams like what's it called? I'm trying to think of missed auto jump, got me out of position. Ah. Oh yeah. Reading a book on a rainy day. That's the vibe. Dang. I was reading a lot yesterday. I finished a book called attempted to do like a reading rainbow. Ah, dang. I'll grab it at halftime. I think that auto jump, but I'm still able to get it. I'm gonna let them shoot. I don't care. What's up, Trek viewer? Again, yeah, Chicago, white and red, absolutely. So the teams that have red as their main color. So Chicago, the Hawks, the Rockets, the Clippers, Bulls, Clippers, Hawks, Rockets. '76ers. And probably one or two other teams. Bullets, although the Bullets, for whatever reason, their alternate is white and blue. But yeah, Chicago definitely white and red. Yeah, good stuff. Oh. But yeah, finished reading this book, Confessions of a Video Vixen. Corinne Steffens. I'm not sure how to say her first name. But yeah, it was interesting. Interesting memoir. It's the 20th anniversary. It came out in 2005, well before the Me Too movement. And so it got a republishing, partly with that kind of social consciousness in mind. But yeah, it was interesting. So Notre Dame has put more players in the NFL all time with 581. Wow. Yeah, I was thinking that they were like number 1 or number 2. Number 2 might be, I think Clemson is pretty high. Oh, look at all those shoves. Elite defense by the Blazers. Clemson's pretty high. Florida State, Miami. I think Stanford has quite a few. USC. Actually, USC has some of the most, I think. Ooh, what a rebound by Porter. I imagine Alabama has quite a few in Georgia, but I don't think that's more like in the last 50 years, whereas like Notre Dame, it's like for 100 years. Well, I guess the NFL isn't 100 years old, but actually the NFL is 100 years old because the Packers and Bears have had like a 100-year rivalry. Bang. Good work, Spurs. Good work. All right, Terry Porter got 23 or 24 dunks. Not many bricks. Nice play there. Elliott setting it up, finds Robinson open. Man, 563. You could almost make a whole NFL league of USC players. Auto jump, but he still gets it. So that's too bad. I got a good shove off, but me and Drexler were there, but neither of us could snag it. Come on, Terry. I believe in you. I believe in you, Terry. Got a couple more tries. Auto jump out of position, wasting time. Couple more tries. Oh. I just went for it. Auto jump, and we get the rebound. Oh, and he goes for the layup. Wow. I mean, he probably would have bricked the dunk, especially because he missed the layup. Double dribble on NES. The voice, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like... I'm just going to take a picture. I'm not going to waste time. I'm going to try to get a scrimmage in with a friend. So we're going to try to rip through this last match with... the Human Highlight Film. Dominic Wilkins. Yeah, I do love me some double dribble. You know, it's kind of broken in some ways, but very one of the maybe the first NES game that I loved. Especially because you could be the Bulls. It was, I don't know, I love the music. Speaking of Konami and sports games. It's so idiosyncratic, double dribble, like you know, I guess a fair amount of it comes down to translation issues, but like the fouls, like one of them is blocking. I guess there is like a blocking foul, but I don't know, the execution of it is just weird. And then they jump for the free throws. It's just kind of funny. But I do like the free throw system. For NES, it makes sense. Dominique. Bang. Oh, I thought that one was going in. But we got the Hornets coming at us. Auto jump gets me out of position, but I'm able to recover. Tried to get out of the way of the shove. Didn't work. Yeah, the Hornets, classic early 90s squad. I think they were the first of the like late 80s expansion teams to win a playoff series. I think the Heat were the first team to make the playoffs, but this is back when the first round was best of 5, and Might have been the Celtics, but yeah, LJ and Zoe were able to get past. We'll say it was the Celtics. Might have been the Dominique Wilkins Celtics, actually. But yeah, they were very good. They were stars, but I think Midway, because they were such high draft picks, I think Midway just gave them like really good attributes. And in tournament edition, Larry Johnson could very well be the best player in the game. And Zoe is also S tier. Zoe is right behind him. Zoe actually, I think, has like one notch more rating overall, but the fact that Johnson is a little faster actually matters more, I think. But, you know, some may disagree. Yeah, 96 team, pretty incredible. Anytime you have three, especially back then, anytime you have three Hall of Famers, or really three top 75 players, you know, maybe the best player of all time. To me, Michael Jordan's the GOAT. You know, it's an interesting discussion. Really, it depends on what kind of criteria you're using. So, you know, one of the top two players of all time, and then two other, you know, one of the best defenders of all time, Dennis Rodman, and then Scottie Pippen, a top 75 player. So, yeah, and then they had they were built really well around, you know, my best friend who's a Bulls fan. He and I joke about like Judd Buechler being like the unsung hero, you know, the true MVP. Talk about Bill Wennington, we call him Beef Wennington. But they just, you know, even like Scott Burrell, Randy Brown, you know, Steve Kerr wasn't even a starter, but for most of the time, I'm sure he started some games, but you know, yeah, it's just they had the team, and they had most of those guys for all three championships. You know, not Robert Parrish, not John Sally, but someone's going fast. You know, Corey Blunt, I think, was a draft pick at one point. My name is Horace. For some reason, couldn't get that shove off. The Monster Squad. I'm not familiar with that. Ooh, snatched by Wilkins. Could have been a goaltend, but sometimes Midway just gives that to you. All right, third quarter. Are we going to shatter? Not like that, we're not. Auto jump, but man, they'll probably score this. I can't. Oh, maybe not. The Wolfman's got nards. Oh, interesting. Yeah, Muggsy Bogues. He's a perfect counterpunch because he's got elite speed and he's a good 3-point shooter, and he actually has elite steals as well, I think. So he's just the Hornets are the fastest team in the game, just about. Bullets are also very fast, but he's got elite speed. Johnson's an 8, and then Zoe is a 9. So yeah, as a drone, he's just very pesky and can create his own shot with that 9 speed. Okay, stealing cookies. All right, Dominique, let's show the people what you got. That's not what you got. We need a shatter. We need a shatter. Ah. Come on, Dominique. If the Bulls were able to get their hands on Shaq, that, I wonder how that would have worked. Jordan and Shaq. I mean, it did work with Kobe and Shaq and Phil Jackson, but I'm not sure it would have worked. But it's fun to think about. And it's fun that in these video games, sometimes you can put those guys together on a team. Okay. No shatter, but that infinite shove in the corner was kind of fun. And 29 is a good score. 36 dunks is a lot. So I do got to step off and see if my... Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I think it worked. It worked well with Ron Harper and Steve Kerr. I think that's what they needed, and that's what they had. They needed that more than a Stockton, in hindsight. But that is kind of fun to think about. Or like a Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan. But sometimes there's just, too much star power. I don't know. We could go on and on about that. We'll chat about that next time. But the Bulls had so much talent, and Phil Jackson was able to rein it in. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, y'all. Happy Memorial Day, Trek Viewer, Retro Cube. Thanks for chatting. Always fun. Hopefully we'll see y'all soon. Hopefully we'll play some of those games that y'all mentioned, NBA Give and Go and whatnot. But have a good rest of your weekend. Peace out.